Welcome to the 2024 Donning of the Kente Stole Ceremony. I would like for all here to please stand, and we're going to applaud our graduates, the Elon University School of Health Sciences and Elon University Law School class of 2024. Graduates, please also stand. And now I invite you all to remain standing as you are able for the invocation. Spirit of our ancestors, source of strength and giver of wisdom, we gather with joy, with pride, and with gratitude to honor this sacred moment. Today, we celebrate achievement built on resilience, brilliance shaped by struggle, and futures that are ignited by hope. We give thanks for the supportive hands, the loving prayers, and the communities that have lifted these graduates to this day. Taking from Maya Angelou's Still I Rise, you may trod me to the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Wearing the kente means wearing legacy, threads of perseverance, of knowledge, and ancestral strength. It is a tapestry, a sacred tapestry, woven with stories of triumph, resistance, and excellence. And so, graduates, may you carry this with pride. You are the fulfillment of long-held dreams and prayers. May your steps be guided by purpose. May you rise above challenges and honor the sacrifices of those before you. May you shine with wisdom, hope, and love, the light of your ancestors. May your voices speak truth, your hearts show compassion, and your hands build justice and equity. So wear your kente with honor, and may your lives be woven with love, faith, joy, and boundless possibility. Amen and Ashe. All please be seated. And now I would like to welcome Dean Maha Lund to the podium.
Good afternoon. As Reverend Boswell said, my name is Maha Lund, and I have the honor of serving as the Dean of Health Sciences. And I'd like to welcome you to our 2024 Donning of the Kente ceremony for the students of the Elon School of Health Sciences and School of Law. The Donning of the Kente is a cultural ceremony celebrating achievements of law, nursing, physical therapy, and physician assistant students who recognize their African roots. We look forward to this positive and memorable experience to reward our graduates and their loved ones with a personal and culturally relevant ceremony at the significant moment of their families' histories. Today, each graduate will be adorned with a handmade kente cloth, a visual representation of African history, philosophy, ethics, oral literature, and social values. The kente cloth you will receive today was hand-woven for you in a village in Ghana to celebrate your achievements. We acknowledge and thank the many members of the Elon community who have offered guidance and support to our graduates throughout their journey. These include our university president, Dr. Connie Book, and our provost, Dr. Rebecca Cohn, who's here today, and members of the administration, faculty, and staff, the Division of Inclusive Excellence, including our Director of Inclusive Excellence for Graduate and Professional Education, Dr. Lake Laoshe Benkan Bucks, and the Elon Black Alumni Network and the Elon Law Alumni Association. Please join me in thanking our supportive faculty, staff, administrators, and alumni. And I would like to welcome now Dr. Randy Williams, Vice President of Inclusive Excellence, to the stage to introduce our keynote speaker. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Once again, I'm delighted to bring to the podium my friend and colleague, Dr. Stephanie Baker, Associate Professor and Department Chair of Public Health Studies at Elon University. In 2022, the university recognized Dr. Baker as the Periclean Award for Civic Engagement and Social Responsibility recipient. I had the honor of presenting that award, and today I'm happy to share more about our speaker for the donning of the Kente ceremony. As I was sitting next to Dr. Baker as we were getting ready to start this afternoon's festivities, she asked me to share some comments that I've now inserted. I'm going to read from my phone that I think are very important, so I'm glad that she mentioned this. Dr. Baker is the granddaughter of farmers, Navy and Marine veterans, matriarch CEOs, and early childhood educators. She is the daughter of Phil and Dean, sister of Alicia, and a girl mom to Ariana. Dr. Baker's research and activism interests are in racial health inequities, and most of her research uses a community-based participatory research approach. Her research includes partnerships with the Greensboro Health Disparities Collaborative to address racial inequities in cancer care treatment, with Healthy Alamance and the Alamance County Health Equity Collective to promote health and well-being for all county residents, and with Spirit House Incorporated to address the effects of mass incarceration on communities. In 2021, Dr. Baker co-founded the Health, Equity, and Racism Lab, also known as HER. Her lab's mission is to intentionally and systematically center the analysis of race and racism as the main contributors to health inequities, and to utilize an anti-racist approach to research and science as an organizing tool to advocate and act for a more equitable society. Yes, Dr. Baker is a catalyst for change toward healthy communities. Her years of service as a trainer and facilitator for the Racial Equity Institute have been instrumental in the community, the classroom, and in co-curricular spaces. Through her affiliation with REI, several Elon students, faculty, and staff have been introduced to a racial analysis that explains the historical and contemporary nature of racism in the United States. Dr. Baker's contributions to Elon and the broader society are bountiful, so it's no surprise that she has earned several awards, produced many publications, and made several presentations. She continues to be a strategic thought partner for me, and I am ready to be inspired by more of her perspectives as she delivers this afternoon's message. So without further wait, please join me in welcoming Dr. Stephanie Baker to the podium.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you today. To the graduates, you all have done it. Congratulations. You have accomplished the goal that you set out to accomplish, to complete your respective degrees in nursing, physician assistant, physical therapy, and law, and you should be so very proud of yourself. The donning of the Kente ceremony is one of my absolutely favorite things that happens here at Elon University. The colors and design of the Kente cloth, the drums, the people, there's just such an immense sense of pride, community, joy, and celebration. And one thing that I love so much about this ceremony is the way that it connects us with our ancestors, with people who came before us, who paved a way for us to be here, who crossed oceans in horrific conditions, who tended to fields for which they would never see the fruits of their labor, who sat in jail in protest, who advocated, who spoke up and spoke out, who marched so that we could have access to degrees like RN, PA, DPT, and JD, and so that we could have access to places like Elon University. So yes, the ancestors and their spirits are here with us today, and they are celebrating with you too. Now, as you sit back and reflect on all that has been done in the past to get you here today, you must also realize that your present is the future's past. Got that? Your present is the future's past. And as you think about the future that you want to see, I must ask you, what type of ancestor do you want to be? What type of ancestor will you be 100 years from now when we are gone from the earth? What will the future PA, accelerated RN, PT, and JD graduates be saying about you and what you did for them? Because there is much to be done. There's a lot to be done. So we're going to celebrate you, and I'm also going to challenge you to think about that question. What type of ancestor will you become? So some of you may be familiar with Bryan Stevenson. Yes, right? He's a civil rights attorney. He's advocated on behalf of people who are sentenced to death row for decades now. He established the Equal Justice Initiative, or the EJI, also known as the Lynching Museum in Montgomery, Alabama, and he's made huge contributions to moving our country towards a more equitable society. You can imagine in doing this hard work that he has learned quite a bit about what we need to do to create a more just world, and he has offered us 4 incredibly important lessons that I apply regularly and may be of use to you as you continue to imagine and to become the type of ancestor that you want to be. So the first lesson that Bryan Stevenson says is that we have to, if we're going to contribute to a movement towards equity and justice, we have to get proximate to the problems we are trying to solve. I love the baby noise. Please don't take the baby out. I feel like that's like a sign that the ancestors are speaking. I love it. I love it. So Bryan Stevenson says that he learned a lot about the criminal legal system in law school. He learned a lot in his internships and in his experiences with different law firms. But it wasn't until he actually went to interview his client who was on death row that he started to see some things that he never learned in school or experienced as an intern. He started to see some of the ways that our legal system was inherently inequitable and often unjust, and how this was impacting his clients. He said this fundamentally changed who he was as an attorney, no longer blaming his individual clients for the mishaps of our systems, but being more strategic to prove their innocence with knowledge of how the systems were negatively impacting them. This is also something I came across in my work as a physical therapist. I will never forget a patient that I had who had been incarcerated for 30 years, returned home from prison only to find himself in a diabetic coma and admitted into the hospital. He was on the inpatient rehabilitation floor, and you can imagine he was very frustrated. In addition to the diabetic coma, he had already had amputations of both legs and used a wheelchair for mobility. And all he wanted to do was sit by the sun and go home. None of his care providers believed he was ready to go home. We knew he didn't have the resources. We didn't believe he had the family support. We certainly didn't believe he was capable of getting his blood sugar controlled. Well, one day we heard a loud bump on the floor, and it came from his room, and we were confused about what might have happened. So we rushed to his room to find this man on the floor. He had rolled himself out of his bed, landed on the floor, and we asked him what was going on. What are you doing? Where are you going? And he said with crystal clear clarity, I'm going to the bus stop, I'm going to get on the bus, and I'm going to go home, because that's where I need to be. Well, after that incident, the physician informed him he could leave against medical advice, or AMA, and we all knew that he was going to be readmitted in the next few days or so with another diabetic coma or some other type of injury. And 2 weeks later, after his discharge, one of our staff members was driving down the street, and they saw this patient. He wasn't on the street, he was in a car. He was driving the car with remote controls. He had his windows down, and his music was up, and he was smiling, something that we never saw when he was admitted to that floor. So yeah, we made a lot of assumptions about him, about what he was capable of doing, about what he had access to, about what he needed. So the lesson is, don't be like us. Get proximate and really try to understand your patients, your clients, and your colleagues. Understand where they're coming from so that you can better understand the actual underlying causes of the problems that present themselves before us. The second step that Bryan Stevenson tells us is that is key on the journey to achieving peace and justice is to be willing to change the narrative. As we get more proximate to problems and issues and start to really uncover their root causes, it's going to shake up some of the stories and narratives that we've always believed. Narratives are simply stories we are told, that we hear or that we see that help us to understand the world, why it is the way it is, and why people are the way they are. But the thing about narratives is that they don't have to be true to be believable. In fact, recently, some people have created some interesting narratives that many folks have believed, but they're not true. So Bryan Stevenson says if we're going to do something about the way this world works, we have to be willing to change the narratives. Now, there's some narratives that aren't true that are also probably not harmful. For example, I know I have, and maybe some of you, have been told by our grandmothers and our grandfathers that you better wear a coat outside in the cold and a hat, or you're gonna catch the cold or a flu. Is it just me? Okay, I'm just checking, right? So that's a narrative that we know is not biologically true, but we're not doing any harm by putting a coat on or putting a hat on just so our grandparents and our parents will stop bothering us about going out in the cold. But there are some narratives you're going to hear in your work that you may need to butt up against. These people are criminal in nature. These people can't be trusted. Those kinds of people are non-compliant. They aren't going to do what you say to do anyway, so no need to recommend that surgery or that procedure or that treatment. Just let them go on and be. We treat every patient the same. Well, where do health disparities come from then? We make decisions solely based on the law, based on the Constitution. So why are there such big racial inequities in sentencing? We have to butt up against these narratives in our work with factual information, and we have to help in the creation of new, more accurate narratives. The third step that Bryan Stevenson tells us is that we have to be willing to be uncomfortable. We have to do uncomfortable things because on the other side of that discomfort is typically deeper learning, maybe even a bit of freedom, and hopefully some innovation and creative solutions to the problems in this world. It wasn't comfortable for Bryan Stevenson to represent people who were sentenced to death row. It wasn't comfortable for him to conduct interviews in incredibly racist communities where often he was followed in his car by vigilantes who didn't want him to shake things up. It wasn't comfortable for him to be an attorney in courts that misinterpreted him and thought he was the convicted person on trial. But he did it anyway. And his work has led to the freeing of many people wrongfully convicted. He had to be uncomfortable, and we all will be met with discomfort in our professions as well. So when you realize you're in that discomfort, try not to run from it. Don't change the conversation. Don't be silent, but move through it. And finally, the fourth step Bryan Stevenson gives us is that we have to stay hopeful. He says we have to have hope in light of the harsh realities of the world that we live in. At times, this might be the most difficult step for me, and maybe for some of you too. When the world acts in ways where you are feeling like you've been punched in the gut over and over again, it can be difficult to find hope. But hope doesn't just happen, it's a practice. It's a discipline, and it's a choice. Brittany Packnett Cunningham is a Black female activist who became more visible during the Ferguson protests, and she offers this affirmation for perilous times that I have found to be very helpful for me. She says, "I choose discipline. I choose the discipline of hope over the ease of cynicism. I choose fortitude over fatalism. I choose to be who my ancestors protected and who my Creator formed. I choose strategy and organizing as the container for my anger. I choose to be more than a conqueror. Class of 2024, you got your degrees, you got your letters. Now imagine the type of ancestor you will be and go and conquer this world. Congratulations.
Okay, now it's time we get to celebrate our graduates. So would the supporters of Ashley Days please stand, and would Ashley Days please come up? Excuse me. Yes, come on up. Ashley's tribute was written by her mother, Arintha Latimer. Late evening, to be exact, it was the night before the statement was due. Ashley walked into my study room and asked me if I received an email to write a statement for the donning of the Kente ceremony about acknowledging her growth, her accomplishments, as well as giving encouraging words to her future. As I checked and found the email, I thought about how I could express how proud I am of my daughter in a brief statement of only 200 to 250 words, so let me try. Ashley, I saw you study in the daytime, and I saw you studying in the wee hours of the night. I heard your prayers, and I saw your tears. From studying at Eastern Guilford High School to become a certified nurse assistant to now studying at Elon University to become a nurse, I am so proud of you. I always knew you would be right here being recognized and honored for your hard work and dedication. I am so delighted that you achieved good grades while you were going to college and working. That says a lot for your determination. You got this. I believe in you. You are capable of greatness, and never give up. In your near future, I see a nurse practitioner, then Dr. Ashley N. Days. I love you. Natalie Flowers. And with the supporters of Natalie Flowers, please stand. Natalie's tribute was written by her professor, Dr. Anthony Clare. Let me begin by saying that this student reminds me a lot of myself. As a physician assistant, PA student at the Medical University of South Carolina, I had early challenges learning to think clinically, but persistence, determination, resilience, and academic aptitude ensured I overcame them. Natalie Flowers, too, overcame early challenges when starting the physician assistant program in early 2023. However, she did not let that get in the way of her standing here today. As a true professional class act and exemplary student, Natalie demonstrated an intrinsic motivation and will to succeed that would make any professor proud. I am confident I would be correct in speaking for the PA faculty by saying, Natalie, we are proud of you. As her advisor during her time in the program, I have seen her develop into one of the brightest stars of her cohort. She has not only excelled academically, gaining the clinical competence needed to graduate, but also understands the importance of having those intangible traits a patient will always treasure, including kindness, compassion, empathy, understanding, and concern. It is who Natalie is. Just like the little engine that could, Natalie welcomed the challenge to prove what she already knew, that she had what it takes to become a physician assistant. Now, as she stands amongst us today, she can proudly be assured of and yell, I knew I could, I knew I could. The PA profession has indeed gained a tremendous asset to its community, and we thank you, Natalie. Alicia Wilson. Dr. Alicia Wilson. Would the supporters of Alicia Wilson please stand? Alicia's tribute was written by her mother, Monica Williams White. Alicia, we are so proud of the remarkable woman you have become as you prepare to graduate from physical therapy school. You've overcome challenges throughout the DPT program, proving time and again the determination and hard work are the foundation of success. As you step into this new chapter, remember that there are no limits. You have achieved a tremendous milestone as a minority woman earning a doctoral degree, breaking barriers and paving the way for others who look to you as a role model. Your passion for helping others, combined with your dedication to excellence, ensures you will make an incredible impact in your field and in the lives of your future patients. You have had a village behind you every step of the way. Your father and I, along with your siblings, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, friends, and extended family, have always believed in you and will continue to cheer you on. Know that our love and support are with you always. Alicia, never stop chasing your dreams. The world is yours to shape, and we know that you will achieve extraordinary things. We love you beyond words and can't wait to see all the places your hard work and heart will take you. Congratulations, Dr. Alicia Wilson. So please join me in one more round of applause for all of our School of Health Sciences graduates. We now welcome our readers from the Elon University School of Law.
I see all y'all giggling. I'm not paying y'all any attention. There's been some dispute on this, so I'm going to get it right, Ms. August. Is it Kyra or Kira? Kira. Okay, so, all right, I won, Dean Dooley. That's what I'm going to say. All right. Kira August, come on up. And with the supporters of Ms. August, please stand. Kira's tribute was written by her sister, Joyce August. How are y'all? Sorry. In the spring of 2001, a kindergarten graduate proclaimed, "When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer so I can charge people a hefty fee." This was the first time that Kira spoke on her intentions of becoming a lawyer. And though it seemed so simple to proclaim back then, the journey to make that intention a reality has been the opposite of simple. As the daughter of Haitian immigrants and the youngest of 3 girls, Kira has always strove to be the best she could be, whether this was reaching the standards set by parents or surpassing the accolades and accomplishments of her sisters. She naturally developed an undeniable pursuit of excellence. Though she will often admit that she isn't necessarily the brightest among her peers, I wanted to edit that, but we're not allowed to. Her work ethic and resilience allowed her to preserve and to thrive. After being academically dismissed from the law school in spring semester of 2021, she used those qualities to see that moment as an opportunity for growth and redemption. Despite what seemed to be the end of a dream of being a lawyer, Kira went on to pursue her MBA degree, was readmitted to the law program, and became a valuable leader, mentor, and advocate for her fellow peers. Kira, as your family, we are in awe of your strength, courage, and spirit. And during a moment in your journey that could have derailed you, you went against the temptations of shame, fear, and uncertainty, and decided to own your truth in order to achieve your lifelong dream of becoming a lawyer. We are so proud of you, not solely for your accomplishments, but of your commitment to the pursuit of becoming your best self. And because of this, we know your journey will continue to venture far beyond what any of us can imagine. Congratulations. Mello Augustine. Would the supporters of Mello Augustine please stand? Mello's tribute was written by his sister, Trinity Davis. Mello is the most humble, hardworking, selfless, and well-rounded person that I've ever met and that many people will ever meet. He has taken on all the challenges that have been thrown his way in personal and professional life with admirable resilience and grace. Naturally, we are incredibly proud of him for growing into who he has pictured himself to be from the inside out. Throughout this time in law school, he would always text a family group chat with another achievement, award, or offer. We cannot explain to you all how many times we've had to say, "Congratulations," and suggested that he celebrate with a good meal or a sweet treat. While we know that he put countless hours into law school, he made it look easy with how successful he's been. Notably, the focus he has put into his studies, work, and internships have never taken away from his friends, family, or fur babies who wish they could be here right now. Today, we want to say to you that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to because your prosperity is meant to be. What you choose to do going forward only has to make you happy and give you peace with yourself. Growing up alongside you is no surprise that you're here today with endless accolades. We know that there are more triumphs in your future and are ecstatic to see them come to fruition. And lastly, of course, congratulations. Brianna Brooks. Would the supporters of Brianna Brooks please stand? Hey. Brianna's tribute was written by her parents, Jackie Clark and Charles Brooks. Our dearest Brianna, it has been our greatest blessing to be chosen by God to be your parents. Over the years, we have watched you grow, and from an early age, you've been determined to prove others wrong. Whenever someone doubted you, you showed them your strength and resilience. Whether it was striving for academic excellence or excelling in extracurricular activities, you always gave your best effort and sought to be the very best at whatever you set your mind to. Church has played a central role in your life, and your faith has been the foundation of everything you do. We have cherished hearing about the lessons you learned both in children's church and the teens ministry, where you eventually became a youth leader, especially inspiring as you overcame bullying along the way. You graduated high school with an associate degree in hand and went on to North Carolina State University, where you earned not one but 2 degrees in just 3 years, all during the challenges of the COVID pandemic. Your passion for the law grew even stronger during this time, and though there were other law school opportunities and programs, you chose Elon. We admire your commitment to balancing a demanding academic schedule while actively participating in numerous student organizations, while also managing an hour-plus long commute to and from school each day. Your unwavering resilience and incredible determination are truly inspiring. We are so proud of the woman you have become. As we celebrate you today, we know your grandparents, Bert, Hattie, and Willie, as well as your beloved Uncle Tom, are smiling, looking down from heaven saying, "That's our baby." Your faith in your future gave you the strength you needed to stand in your present. So stand in this moment right now. We love you. I now welcome Assistant Professor of the School of Law, Crystal Cloudemere, to the podium.
All right. With the supporters of Zarita Farhat, please stand. Zarita, will you please come up? Zarita's tribute was written by her sister, Zelda Farhat. At the tender age of 4, Zarita boarded a plane with little more than 2 suitcases and a backpack, embarking on a journey into the unknown. Leaving behind everything familiar, she set out in search for a better life, a life she could scarcely imagine, but one she bravely believed was worth the leap. Her journey took her from Liberia to Ghana and eventually to America. Along the way, she faced challenges that tested her resilience and determination. But she not only survived, she thrived. Surviving and excelling in law school became one of the most formidable challenges she's ever faced. Earning her JD is far more than the addition of 2 letters to her name. It is a testament to the countless sacrifices, the sleepless nights, and the unwavering perseverance she has shown from the moment she stepped foot on American soil. This achievement embodies everything she has fought for and all the struggles she has overcome. It signifies that every hardship, every moment of doubt was worth it. Sarita is the first person in our family to earn a law degree, and her success is a victory not only for her, but for our entire family. While all parents take immense pride in their children's accomplishments, for our parents, this achievement is even more profound. Your graduation from law school represents the realization of their own dreams for you, a dream of providing you with a solid education and a better life. Their hard work, sacrifices, and prayers have been fulfilled, knowing that you are not only successful, but also happy and healthy. For an African family, this graduation is a profound symbol of hope, perseverance, and legacy. It is a moment that proves that dreams, no matter how distant, can be achieved through grit, faith, and determination. Congratulations. Brendan Eichner. I apologize. It's not. Okay, would the supporters of Brendan please stand up? Brendan's tribute was written by his father, Stevie Eichner. Dear son, 8,877 days ago, a doctor in a labor and delivery room told me that your life expectancy was 10%. Without hesitation, I had 100% faith that you would 100% make it. Not only did you continue to breathe, but you grew. You laughed, you learned, you loved. You showed your mom and I how to love. You were an athlete, a Boy Scout, sometimes a pain, but we loved you the same. A kid that wasn't supposed to make it, but a high school graduate, a college graduate, and now a law school graduate. I wish that doctor could be here today to see how proud the kid that had a 10% chance of living has brought 100% of love, joy, and pride to his family and friends. Congratulations on your accomplishment. You will surely achieve 100% of your dreams. Yes. We love you. Congratulations. Kayla McLaurin. Will the supporters of Kayla McLaurin please stand? Kayla's tribute was written by her mother, Karen Stewart. While this journey of law school may have come with its challenges, Kayla stayed focused and finished strong. I know that for sure. With her challenges, with her faith and determination, she overcame some obstacles along the way. At the beginning, she had to care for her mom after recently having retina detachment surgery. Kayla had to take on meal preps, driving me to countless eye appointments, and just encouraging me to feel comfortable with my new normal. As a commuter, she had to push through her own set of new norms, from daily travels to class, having clarity on the new teaching styles of her professors, while balancing late night studying to find resources that best fit her studying style. We spent many nights with me quizzing her. Kayla even went old school, pulling out her dry erase boards, created tons of flashcards, and making several review pamphlets to use as her studying tools for exams. I couldn't be prouder. I'll never forget our conversation about coming from a single-parent household and how society will place false labels on you like, she shouldn't even be here. But never let society define your destiny. You will achieve more than you can imagine. We are grateful for the support from Gigi, providing her room and board. There's a smiley face there. I don't have language for that. Providing her room and board during intern and externships. Auntie, always providing those encouraging words. Family being our rock, and friends for allowing Kayla to stay the night to avoid some of those back and forth drives. Your love, support, and prayers have meant everything. Heart emoji. Kayla, I admire you for never giving up on you, all caps. Keep believing in yourself and your dreams. You can do anything with his strength. Your next chapter is going to be phenomenal. Just keep believing in yourself. Philippians 4:13, love, mommy. Congratulations. Naisha Mercury. Will the supporters of Naisha Mercury please stand? All right. Naisha, AKA Nisi, did I say that right? Is an individual who always, Naisha's tribute was written by her mother, Miss Abigail Hall. Naisha, AKA Nisi, is an individual who always displayed the determination and mannerisms of a caring and loving daughter, sister, granddaughter, auntie, and cousin. These qualities she displayed from childhood into adulthood. An example would be when her grandmother would make designer clothes for her mom. Naisha looked at her grandmother and said, "Why are you sweating so much? Is it because my mommy continuously asks you to sew these dresses and suits without taking the time to relax?" Little did Naisha know at age 4 that her grandmother was just going through menopause. There's an LOL there, so you guys are right on cue, which speaks to her caring nature. She's a person who is esteemed among her family, friends, mentees, and law school colleagues. Therefore, Naisha has incorporated feedback and suggestions from others she respects and values throughout her path to success. She's known as a person who will use the open door opportunities to serve others, allowing her to reach her goals. Her determination has impacted our family and others. She has a community of trusted mentors and role models who provide emotional support while providing a safe place to express herself regarding her undergrad and law school journey. Naisha will become the first generation law school graduate to immigrant parents, grandparents, aunties, and uncles. We want to congratulate Naisha on her educational accomplishments during her learning journey, as she will impact her generation's current and future. We love you, Naisha, AKA Nisi. Congratulations. I will now welcome Professor Rosa Newman Ruffin to the podium.
Will Ayo Anasanya please come to the podium? And will the supporters of Ayo please stand? Dear Ayalua, this is a special occasion culminating your years of hard work, dedication, perseverance, and commitment to success. Ayo's tribute, by the way, was written by his father. We are proud of your great accomplishment. Graduating from the law school as the first in your family in the United States. Your entire family here and overseas, in Nigeria and Trinidad and Tobago, send wishes and are cheering for you. Congratulations. We are immensely grateful to God for handpicking you and our family for this task, duty, and a call to a noble mission for His glory. Since you were a toddler, right and wrong have never been elusive to you. And we always marvel at the way you always kept to the rules. Parenting you was very delightful, except for when you were refusing to eat your food. You were a very picky eater till about age 6. That was challenging and made us cry. Your grandmother, here today all the way from New York, can attest to that. Growing up, you have always challenged perceived or obvious injustices or any wrongdoing with the purpose of correcting them. You will be a great lawyer and advocate for the vulnerable. We have seen you mature into a brilliant, astute young man with love of the Lord as your core guide and compassion and care for others as a true purpose. You are principled, civil, upright, and possess integrity and impeccable character. We have no doubts that the skills and knowledge acquired in this profession will make the world a better place. Remember, there will be challenges along the way, but you shall always be victorious. Proverbs 6:3. Trust in the Lord with all your hearts. Lean not unto your own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all your ways, and He shall direct your paths. Congratulations, Ayo. Proud of you, son, with all our love and support. Robert Reddick, please come to the podium. Would the supporters of Robert Reddick please stand? Robert Reddick is tomorrow's student commencement speaker, by the way. Robert's tribute was written by his wife, Danielle Brown. Robert, your passion for debate and a desire to become a lawyer was evident from an early age. This moment, the realization of a dream you've held on to for so long, is truly a testament to your perseverance, hard work, and unshakable focus. You've always given your heart and soul to everything you do, and your unwavering commitment to your goals is truly inspiring. Your ability to balance your professional and personal life, whether waking up early to work on assignments or staying up late while still being there for your family, shows your love and dedication. You are a family man at heart, and that's one of the many qualities we admire about you. The injury that ended your dream of becoming a JAG officer did not end your pursuit of justice. It simply redirected it. Life may not always go as planned, but you've repeatedly shown that you will adapt and continue working toward your goals. Your dedication, respect, and professionalism will take you far, not just in your career, but in your ability to make a lasting impact on those around you. You work hard, not just for yourself, but for your family and community, and we are incredibly proud of you. We know you will succeed as you enter this new chapter by passing the bar to become a veterans lawyer. You have the strength, character, and heart to achieve whatever you set your mind to. You are our gladiator in a suit. Your proud and loving family. Talia Stanley. Tylia, please make your way to the podium. Would the supporters of Tylia Stanley please stand? Tylia's tribute was written by her professor, Dave Levine. Tylea exemplifies the best of the next generation of lawyers. From day one of contracts in the winter of 2023, Tylea stood out as a student with remarkable determination and tenacity. As we were emerging from the COVID pandemic, Tylea overcame early obstacles, advanced, and showed the drive that has been the hallmark of my experience knowing her as a student and research assistant. Based on our discussions about her career plans, I invited Tylea to a reception for my interview with The View's Sunny Hostin, as I knew Tylea would reflect the best of Elon's law students. I was overjoyed to witness the easy rapport that she quickly developed with Sunny. You can actually find one of my favorite pictures ever taken at Elon showing her chat with Sunny on our website. Based on her interest, intelligence, and professionalism, I hired Tylea as a research assistant. She was, of course, on top of everything, persistent, intelligent, and thoughtful, the characteristics that make for a terrific attorney. Tylea will be starting her career as a public servant in the Bronx District Attorney's Office, and I couldn't be happier for her and all of us. Especially at this time, our country and world need people like Tylea in powerful roles, upholding and modeling the rule of law with intelligence and integrity. It has been the highest honor and privilege to have Tylea as a student, and I look forward to her many, many achievements. Will Kirsten Tilden please come to the podium? I'm here for it. And would the supporters of Kirsten please stand? Kirsten's tribute was written by her friend, Chom Prak. It was a clear black night, a clear white room. A clear white moon when I met KT. We were going to regulate. It was a warm August evening with heat, lightning, and thunder rumbling along the horizon. The wind smelled of ozone and raindrops that were just thinking about falling. Encanto was set for an inflated jumbo screen on the Elon lawn. Free ice cream from a truck, and the evening was pregnant with the hopes and dreams of our 1L selves. Lo, there, sitting off to the side, and in watching a Chinese soap opera while we waited to watch a movie, was KT. And I knew we were going to be friends. I'm grateful for the winds of fortune and providence that enabled us to have met and grown together. Kirsten is smart, beautiful, and kind. She is compassionate, conscientious, and strong in her faith. It has been my honor and privilege to know her. She has been an invaluable study buddy, friend, confidant, and colleague. She is smart. She has clerked at the Supreme Court of North Carolina with the Honorable Justice Phil Berger, Jr. She cares about people. She has volunteered at teen court and with street law and has touched the youth of our community. She is a leader. She has been instrumental in running the Federalist Society as executive vice president. She co-founded the serene, superb, and sublime Republic of the Board, not just a chess club. Finally, she is co-founder of the International Law and Public Policy publication. KT is a good person. Every day, she inspires me and those around her to be their best selves. One time, she convinced me to collect food from her apartment and then drive around to hunt down a homeless man, to give him food, and to correct our erroneous advice. She is going to be an excellent lawyer. Malia Brown to the podium. Would Tyler Wester please come to the podium? Would the supporters of Tyler Wester please stand? Tyler's tribute was written by professor and fraternity brother Jan Pritchett. I first met Tyler when he was an intern with the district attorney's office. He was so good in that role that a lot of attorneys would inquire about the new assistant district attorney, only to ultimately find out that Tyler was an intern. Tyler is a very capable and talented person who has no boundaries when it comes to achievement. As a student in the street law class, Tyler distinguished himself as a student who was engaged in learning and even more engaged in teaching. His supervising teacher as well as his students were enriched by his presence in the classroom. Having lived in Eastern North Carolina, Tyler was reared to understand the value of hard work, being kind to his neighbors, and understanding the importance of giving back to underserved communities. Tyler has a bright and promising future, and I am grateful that our paths crossed. I look forward to his future achievements. Would Brianna Whitfield please come to the podium? Would the supporters of Brianna Whitfield please stand? Brianna's tribute was written by her father, Mark Whitfield. To our dear Brianna, the entire family is so proud of you for yet another awesome achievement. I want the family to take a moment of remembrance for your mother's parents and your grandparents, Albert and Vera Ramsome, and your Aunt Marie Howard Chapman, and recognize their contributions to your success in life. The family has been blessed witnessing you blossom from a child with an old soul into a beautiful human being. When you were born, your mother insisted that I write your destiny. After some thought, I asked God to put a desire in you to always seek righteousness and justice. At age 5, you said you wanted a job that you were the boss. Your words were, "I'm the boss, but there can be a few people smarter than me that can tell me that I could have made a better decision. That's what I want to do when I grow up." What kind of job is that? I said that would be a judge. She said, "I want to be a judge." I said, "Okay." From that moment forward, my job was positioning you to become a lawyer and a judge. You threw me a curve when you decided to pursue a medical degree. I went to God and asked, did I miss something? God said, she doesn't like science, she doesn't like biology, and she doesn't like the sight of blood. It's just a phase. I asked God how much this phase would cost because Mercer University was $50K a year. No answer, but I watched you make one great decision after another. I watched you overcome serious health issues and strategically handle racism, sexism, all types of isms. Every impediment the enemy placed in your path, you conquered, and it was all in preparation for your destiny to be a source of righteousness, justice, and wisdom in the judicial system. It's time to fulfill your destiny. From your #1 fan, Love Daddy. Will James Williams please come to the podium? Will the supporters of James Williams please stand? James' tribute was written by his professor, Professor Wendy Scott. James Williams, you are rare. You are one of the few Black men to have completed Elon Law. You are the first Elon Law student to hold office on the board of the National Black Law Students Association. You served as my last research assistant. Your research on reparations sparked many conversations on how to remedy the past traumas of our people. Your research was invaluable, so I would like to take this moment to thank you for your work. When you asked me to write this message, I was honored, but I also wanted to know why me, so I asked. Thank you for your kind words. What you wrote about being a student in my Race in the Law seminar was especially moving. The class brought to life the cleverly designed ways that oppression has been used to systemically restrain Black people for hundreds of years. It taught me that while we have come far, there is still a much longer path ahead, and I carry these lessons going forward as I struggle and strive to find my own path as a Black attorney. Again, James, thank you for affirming that my teaching made a difference. You will soon join a profession in which the percentage of Black attorneys has stagnated at 5% for the last 10 years. This makes you rare as well. And remember that you must continue the path of service to the profession, reaching back to the young, gifted, and Black students coming along to move the needle up on that 5%. You must serve your clients with zeal and integrity, guard the principle of equality, do justly, and love mercy. But first, pass the bar exam. And a final thank you, James, for counting me as a mentor and friend. Be blessed, my new colleague. Aluta continua, the struggle continues. Now, please join me in a round of applause to all our School of Law graduates. I now welcome Simone Royal, Vice President of EBAN, for our alumni presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to all of you. Truly amazing. My name is Simone Royal. I graduated from the class of 2017 from Elon University. I currently serve as the Vice President of the Elon Black Alumni Network. Today, we celebrate your incredible achievements as you reach this pivotal milestone. On behalf of the Elon Black Alumni Network, it is my honor to welcome you into a community that is as vibrant, dynamic, and impactful as the legacy that you now will carry. You are now part of EBAN, an ever-growing fence built to protect, advocate for, and support Black students, alumni, faculty, and staff. This fence stands strong because of the connections and contributions of those who came before you, trailblazers whose stories are woven into the rich tapestry of our community, and because of the promise of those who will follow. As you step into this next chapter, know that EBAN is not just a network, it is a powerful resource. With over 2,500 members, we are a family committed to amplifying what matters most to our community. From mentorship opportunities to professional connections and spaces to simply feel seen and heard, EBAN is here for you. We are excited to partner with you, learn from your unique perspectives, and work together to continue strengthening the bonds that make EBAN exceptional. Your journey as a graduate may just be beginning, but you are already making a lasting mark on this university and the world beyond it. We can't wait to see the amazing ways that you will continue to build, uplift, and inspire all of those around you. Congratulations again, and welcome to the Elon Black Alumni Network.
We should do this every day. I'm Zach Kramer. I have the honor of being the dean of the law school. I love graduation, and I love this ceremony. I love this ceremony because it's about dreams realized. Importantly, it's about your dreams realized, but as importantly, it's about your dreams realized. So I think we should flip the script a bit, and I would ask the graduates to please stand and thank and applaud the people that carried you here. You should clap harder. I'll accept it. So graduations are about snapshots. And we had the snapshot of you starting with us. We have snapshots along the way of watching you develop into professionals. And we get this moment as you launch into careers. It is important that the School of Law and the School of Health Sciences do this together. And it's not because you graduate in December. It's because you're going into professions that serve. It's about care, it's about advocacy. This is an incredibly important moment in your lives, and it represents a lot of hard work. But friends, you're about to go do much harder work, and it's important work. It speaks to the soul of our culture and our civic society, and you will have responsibilities with people's lives in your hands and their livelihood, and it's so important. So cherish this moment, celebrate, but you have a lot to do, and we are all expecting great things. We've been very lucky to watch you develop over time, and we will be even luckier when you come back and tell us all the amazing things that you have done. I want to do a couple acknowledgements. I want to acknowledge the faculty and staff of Elon University, the law school, and the School of Health Sciences, many of whom are here today, but most of whom are not. And it's all of the folks who do all of the little things, oftentimes that you don't see, that help you get to this place. So thank you to our communities. I want to issue a special thank you to Professor Tiffany Atkins, a law graduate of Elon Law 2011, a former faculty member who is now at the University of Kentucky, who brought the donning of the Kente ceremony to the law school 7 years ago. And we are very lucky to have shared this now with the School of Health Sciences. So today we celebrate. We will give you a little bit of time to celebrate with your families, and then we launch you into the world to make us proud. So thank you for spending some time with us, for giving us the yes, I agree, for giving us the opportunity to help you become who you are at this moment, and we look forward to seeing who you are every step into the future. So thank you, congratulations. Thank you for everyone being a part of this today. Let us do one more round of applause to the class of 2024.